Good morning, thriving warriors. Okay, Google, what is the date?
It's Tuesday, March 21st, 2023.
Great. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 6:05 a.m.
Great. And finally, okay, Google, what is the weather?
It's 49 and cloudy. Today it will be raining with a high of 55 and a low of 42. And tomorrow it will be partly cloudy.
Okay, super. Okay, once again, good morning. Here we are at Department of Career Services, where our goal is simple: to help you along your journey from point A to point B, where B is better. We call point B successful, or the end of your journey successful. And it is a journey. It is not a sprint. It is not a marathon. It is a daily progression punctuated by periods of fear, uncertainty, doubt, boredom, ennui, adventure, challenge. It's what you make of it. We have one life to live, so why not make the most of it? So we're here to help you on your journey. We do that through a series of breadcrumbs. This is the first breadcrumb right here, this podcast, but all of the real important breadcrumbs are down below in the description. Please subscribe. Click on the bell, thumbs up, share, you know the thing. Please do all that to help us in our mission to help others. So you can help others by helping us. Okay, good. So some of the breadcrumbs down below. One is the link to our online course. This is not the online course. This is the actual non-online course. Magazines that we publish, or books, I should say, books, magazines that we publish. A link to the video that I watched, the motivational video that I watched to prepare for this. There is a link to Jordan Peterson's short, Daily Stoic short, Baraka Church, Jack Rowland. Good morning, Greg. Good morning, Charlene. Baraka Church, list of services, links to services we provide, like Greg provides: housing, clothing, food, hygiene, transportation, skills training, foundational employment, and career planning. All of that is in the description down below. Yet there's more, plus there's more. What else do we have, Johnny? Well, we have the transcript of Seth Godin's daily blog. So 2 minutes and 53 seconds in, let's get started. Strap on your proverbial seat belt. Some of you might think something different when I say strap on, but that's okay, because we're all in this together. Clever. Okay, seatbelt, because we're on a journey. Have your coffee. Va bene. I have mine with coconut oil, French press. I'm in a big cup, a big boy cup today. Pen, paper, because if you don't write it down, the goal is to learn, remember, communicate. If you don't write it down, your ability to learn it is diminished dramatically. You have something to go back. The process of writing it down makes additional copies in your brain, and every time we make an additional copy in our brain, every time we see it, say it, hear it, review it, write it, etc., we make another copy in our brain. The more copies in our brain, the more likely we are to remember it. All righty then. Okay, moving right along. We have a theme. Next breadcrumb is the theme for today. The theme, so it follows along the lines. If you want to get from point A to point B in your journey to successful, it's simple. Jordan Peterson says, aim low enough that you can start to change. Aim low enough that you can start to change. Most people aim really high and then they give up. So he's saying, aim low so you can accomplish it and then move forward. All righty then. Next, our attitude of gratitude. Kind of turns out that instead of waking up and thinking about, here's all the problems of my life, Here's all the challenges, frustrations, uncertainty, is to wake up with a feeling of appreciation, which is going to follow us into our Aesop's fable. So our attitude of gratitude, write down in your book, I'm so happy and grateful now that blank. And then ask your brain the question, what am I happy and grateful for right now? And then have a sip of coffee. Let your brain answer the question. You might immediately say, nothing. That's your thinking brain. Just sit back and say, what am I happy and grateful for right now? Could be that I'm listening to this, meaning I'm in a position where I can listen to this. You know, there's a billion, as bad as our lives are, there's a billion people that would trade places with us like that. And probably 5 billion people that would say, yeah, I have the ability to move forward faster if I'm with you. If I'm a guy in Mexico standing by the street corner selling oranges today, I don't really have a lot of opportunity to do anything else. Here, there's a lot of opportunity if you're willing to properly plan and execute the plan. Okay, so I'm so happy and grateful for, and I'm going to write my things down. Okay, great. TED Talk for today. Okay, this week 4, day 2. This is leadership, or don't crash the car. So the first week 1, intro and orientation, we learned about the concept of successful, answering the 2 basic questions, who am I and why do I behave the way I do? Getting to a neuroscience approach, which is week 2, inside my skull-sized kingdom, how does our brain work? Week 3 is outside my skull-sized kingdom. Now that I have my metaphorical virtual car and I want to get to successful, I have an idea of where successful is. Now I need to get people in the car with me because I can't get there on my own. I need help. So last week was picking the people to get in the car, picking the right people and getting them in the car. And then week 4 is what? Does Charlene or Diana know? Week 4 in our metaphor of car driving is what? Don't crash the car. Okay, now that I've got people in the car, I got to not crash the car, not change direction, not do this. We need to keep going to successful. And it's going to be a journey. Okay, so yesterday was crisis leadership. It's going to be a really, really hard journey. How do we keep moving? We learned about Abraham Lincoln during the Civil War. We learned about Ernest Shackleton and his last actual exploration journey. Good, Diana, don't crash the car. Good. Today, we're going the other end of the spectrum, pure leadership, Marcus Aurelius, and Stoicism, which passes the categorical imperative test. And the basis is just do the right thing at the right time for the right reason in the right way. Or break it down to moral virtue is enough. Boom, that's it. Moral virtue is enough. And the starting premise is there are things I can't control and things I cannot control. I don't let the things I can't control bother me because I can't control them. Why get upset about things I can't control? Okay, that's a little bit on our TED Talk. We're at 9:16 and Seth Godin, our daily wisdom from Seth Godin. The answer to every question. If the thing of the moment is the answer to every single question, you might be in a bubble. If regardless of the problem, the answer is crypto, homeopathy, or the internet, or perhaps GPT, essential oils, or decarbonization, it's possible we're living an easy way out. A new technology or approach could be the answer to a bunch of questions, but not all of them. The bubble might be just us, ignoring everything outside our comfort zone or incentive range. Or it could be widespread. The culture carried away with the one thing that changes everything. Or it could be widespread. The bubble, or it could be widespread. The culture carried away with the one thing that changes everything. Everything is going to change, it always does, but nuance matters. Nuance requires patience, insight, and awareness of the details. Sometimes it's easier to just be in a bubble. Okay, that's a very deep one. I know it's really good because it's from Seth Godin. We don't have time to reflect on that now, but we do have time to talk about Aesop's fable, the dog and his reflection. A dog to whom the butcher had thrown a bone was hurrying home with his prize as fast as he could go. As he crossed a narrow footbridge, he happened to look down. What did he see? He saw himself reflected in the quiet water as if in a mirror. But the greedy dog, he saw a real dog carrying a bone much bigger than his own. Uh-oh. If he had stopped to think, he would have known better. But instead of thinking, he dropped the bone, sprang at the dog in the river, only to find himself swimming for dear life to reach the shore. At last, he managed to scramble out. As he stood sadly thinking about the good bone he had lost, he realized what a stupid dog he had been. The moral of the story, it is very foolish to be greedy. Okay, I say to you, once again, Aesop's fables were written at a time where most people were living in closer to survival mode than we are today, where we are closer to abundance mode. Survival, abundance. We're closer to this, he was closer to that. So you get down to the basic survival stuff is how Aesop run. But we're in a different world today. So though the stories are good, sometimes, most of the times, the ones we choose to review, the message, the moral is exactly wrong. So this isn't about a dog being, it's not about being greedy. It's about lack of appreciation. The dog should have just appreciated what he had. He should have thought about the butcher giving him the bone. The butcher's generosity. Maybe thinking, what can I do for the butcher to get another bone tomorrow? Maybe I can scare off the rats or the cats or whatever. What can I do to make the butcher's life easier? And he could have slowed down and thought, what if he had, instead of just dropping the bone into the river, had dropped it on the bridge where he was standing? Take your time, slow down, think, have a plan, act, don't react. Okay, that's enough time. We don't have more time than that for that. Therefore, we must move on. At 1333 in, imagine yourself a craftsman, because you're the craftsman of your own life. You're the artist of your own life. So imagine that. You have to build a table, and upon the table, you put the accomplishments of your life. So you want the table to be large enough to hold the accomplishments. You want it to be strong enough to hold the accomplishments. And it's on 4 legs: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Physical is fitness and health. Take care of your body. Watch what you consume. I learned today I need to, once again, cut out all bread. So Charlene, if I come in the store to buy bread, say, no, away with you, Satan. Well, maybe not the Satan part, but please don't allow me to buy bread. All righty then. Okay. Physical health, what we consume, fitness, working out. I also need to walk an extra 2,000 feet per day. So then I will be at a total of 2,000 feet. No, not really. Okay, next. All right, mental learning, always be learning. ABL, always be learning, not always be closing, always be learning. Always be learned. The world is changing faster and faster. We need to spend time every day learning in order just to keep up with what's going on in things that will improve our lives. Not TikTok, not stupid videos, etc., etc. Charlene says, okay, thumbs up. You're 86th, 8 miles out and 6 feet deep. Okay, no more in the store except for bread for church on Sunday. Okay, next, physical, mental, emotional. If you can't control your emotions, somebody else will, and they'll probably take you out of the game. Don't be that guy. And lastly, spiritual. Everybody needs something to pick them up when they get knocked down, and you will get knocked down if you are on your journey. Belief that Jesus is the Messiah that's all you need. Okay? And if you don't want to accept that, learn it so you become a better person. And after all, we live in a Christian world, so it does not hurt you learning about why people believe Jesus is the Messiah. Okay, Navy SEAL Maxim. Diana, you're up. Navy SEAL Maxim. She's having technical difficulty. Charlene, Navy SEAL Maxim. Okay, right. Yesterday was the only easy day. Act such that yesterday was the only easy day. Push yourself a little bit more, do a little bit more to help someone else. Embrace the suck. Get comfortable being uncomfortable, etc., etc. And the last breadcrumb is to remember, if you're still here, God isn't through with you yet. Boom, boom. And can I get an and cut, please? So we get another one in the can, another record. And cut. And cut. Boom. Good.